Hey guys, it's Sandeep from RevAtlas and today we'll be reviewing the pTron Tangent Lite Earphones. These are wireless earphones with an around the neck sort of design, and we'll be taking a look at it in detail to let you know whether or not you should be putting down your money for this particular earphone. Now before we get this started, please do make sure to hit the subscribe button and also turn on notifications for more videos like this. Now let's begin the video. Now before we get this video started, I'd like to make one thing clear, and that is regards to its pricing. So this particular set of earphones costs you rupees 499, and while the suggestive sticker and the pricing and MRP that you see on Amazon website will say 1800 rupees, this should actually be considered as a rupees 500 earphone, and all my thoughts and sort of conclusions is based on that. So you should not compare this to other earphones which are in and around say the 1800 rupee mark. Now let us start by talking about the things that I liked, and I'll also cover things that I didn't like later on in the review. So to start things off, these are extremely light, 23 grams of weight, and the benefit of that is that they're extremely comfortable to wear even for extended duration of time. Now I'm not really a fan of the around the neck sort of design, but in this case it was actually fine and I didn't get any sort of pain on my back or on my neck, so I would give them a good rating in that respect. Now the next thing I liked was the battery life itself, and these are rated for a battery life of around 6 hours, and we got more or less the entire promised battery life, and these also charge pretty quickly in around 1.5 hours, but the sad point being that these have a micro USB port. Now considering the price point, that's still fine, it's acceptable, and micro USB is still better than having a proprietary charger, for example, and you get a short micro USB cable in the box as well. The other thing that I liked about these is that the audio quality is actually surprisingly good for something in this particular price range with Bluetooth enabled, and the 10mm drivers are good in terms of driving audio, but of course they're not all that good in terms of the bass. So if you're looking for something that's bass heavy, these are not the ones for you, but it's still overall pretty good if you're listening to music, watching videos, movies, etc. And even for gaming, they're decent, but the latency is not the lowest that we have seen. So ideally you would be better off using a wired earphone or spending some more money and getting something with a bit lower latency. All the ports and buttons are located on the right side, and you basically have 3 buttons, a micro USB port, an LED indicator as well, and a microphone. In terms of controls, these have you covered in almost every single use case that you would need, and long pressing the center or multifunction button will basically turn it on, and similarly a long press will also turn it off. But if you press and hold it for even longer, you can basically activate the pairing mode. Now coming to the volume keys, a single press will basically increase or decrease the volume, while pressing and holding will take you to the next or previous song. Similarly, short pressing the center button actually answers or hangs up a call, while you can also reject it by long pressing it, and also double pressing the center button will redial the last number itself. One of the advantages of having the microphone near the base is the fact that the audio quality is pretty good when you're making calls, that the party at the other end can hear you quite clearly. So it's pretty good for call taking and call making as well. And the 10-meter distance in terms of the range is also pretty good in case you're one who likes to roam freely like I am when actually taking calls. Now onto the stuff that I didn't like, and there are 2 main things that stand out. The first thing is the fact that these seem very cheaply built. In fact, it's very lightweight, but that also means that these don't really feel all that good when using it, and it can be lightweight while still having some premium materials or some reassuring feeling, but these feel very fragile to me. And while they say that this has a twist and flex design that it can stand several flexes or can stand rigorous sort of testing, I still feel that these aren't all that great in terms of the durability and might not last you all that long. Now these are sweat resistant, they say, the ear tips at least, but there is no IP rating, and I feel that there is a possibility that having some moisture could also damage this very easily. The next thing I didn't like was basically the fit of it. While the neckband design itself was pretty lightweight and I didn't feel any issues, I felt that the ear tips themselves did not fit very comfortably in my ear, and I'm not sure if it's actually my ear design, but I tried it with my wife as well, and she found the same sort of conclusion, that they don't sit properly in her ear. And I tried different ear tips as well. I thought maybe it's the ear tip being too small or too large, but all different ear tips basically gave a similar sort of feedback, and it felt that it was basically sitting awkwardly, and it was kind of hurting my ear in certain scenarios as well. These are the two main drawbacks I find about this, but in terms of the overall experience that you get at the asking price of rupees 499, I think these are worth it if what you want is good audio quality, good battery life, as well as an overall easy way to communicate with people and connecting it to your smartphone over Bluetooth. Now this is available in black. Basically all the variants are black, but they have a hint of green, red or yellow based on the color you go for, or all midnight black, and these accents are there across the wires as well as the neckband, and they look pretty cool to me. But I have the black variant here, which is also stealthy, and some of you may prefer that. But overall these are good earphones in terms of providing a sound output, but in terms of the build quality and the ear tips themselves, I find these not too great. And that was it, guys. If you have any questions, do let me know in the comment section below. I will be including a link in description in case you want to purchase it. Thanks for watching this video. See you again in the next one.